Hi everyone, Cindy here. Thanks for stopping by. Today is Saturday, September 1st, 2018. So, those of you that have been following my channel will notice that it's been over a week since I posted anything, which is unusual because for the last month or so I've been posting at least a couple of times a week, if not 3 times a week. And that's because I was away at the beginning of the week, like last weekend, and then when I got home, I was asked to fast for 3 days. My angels asked me to fast for 3 days and not to do videos while I was fasting. And then on the 3rd day of my fasting, I received these messages, which is actually 10 steps to an open heart. So 10 steps to an open heart, and I'm going to give those steps to you here today. So we'll just get right into it. Step 1. You will need to eat lots of vegetables, fruits, nuts, and seeds. Not necessarily vegan, but very close. I know this one is going to be hard for people, but really they're just asking you to follow your guidance and be open to that pathway. Be open to adding more fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds into your diet and letting some of the animal products fall away. And you will notice as time goes on that you will probably desire those animal products less and less. But this is a process, so let it just unfold as it will, because for each of you it will be different. For some of you it will be quicker, for some of you it will be a lifelong process. And you'll always have animal products in your lives, but just not as much as you have today. For myself, I've been sort of going in and out of being vegan for the last 1.5 years. I'm back into being vegan now because I find it works best for me. Because when I'm not vegan, I hear that call from the caramel bar and a can of Coke, and that's all I ever want to eat. So I find if I'm strictly vegan, it helps to knock all that stuff out, and it is getting easier, although, like I said, I haven't been pure vegan for the whole time. I've gone in and out of it, so I have been able to have meats at some times. Just the other day, my husband cooked up some burgers for himself and my son, and oh my goodness, did it ever smell good. But I know from dabbling in it over the last year that it always seems to smell so much better than it tastes. So I just took that as solace that, I'm okay, I don't need to eat that, because I find that when I do eat it, I don't feel so good anymore. So that's my experience. Your experience will be different, so follow your guidance, and they're just asking you to bring more fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds into your diet as much as possible, and be open to letting the animal products fall away. Okay, step 2. Make an effort to have a new perspective on your life path. Many of you will experience sudden changes in direction. Okay, so I have also experienced this in my life. This is all really new to me. I have a totally non-spiritual day job. It's actually a part-time job, so that's nice because it does allow me more time to follow my interests. About 5 years ago, I started devouring everything I could read about anything spiritual. So I read like all kinds of books on past lives, on near-death experiences, on any book that any psychic has ever written. I've pretty much read it. Hundreds of books, and just couldn't get enough of all of it. My kids were also older at that point, and I felt like this was my time now. They didn't need me so much anymore, and it was like, okay, instead of channeling that energy into looking after them, I decided to channel all that energy into doing what I love and what has kind of been on hold while I raised my kids. So yeah, I've been studying it for about 5 years. Now I never had like psychic abilities when I was a kid and all that. Like, this was all new to me. 3 years ago, I was told by a woman who's connected that I have angels around me, that my guides were angels. And she asked if I'd had any experience with angels, and I was like, no, I had no experience with angels. To me, angels were religion. And I was not doing religion. So I left that reading and actually went and bought a book on angels and started reading up about it. And then a couple of months after that, I took a course on pendulums. I had a pendulum and I'd been playing with it for months, but I took a course where they actually taught me to use a mat with letters. So it kind of looks like a Ouija board, so you got to get over the freak out of that. But it's just me, there's nobody else involved, and it's just me, a direct connection to my guides. So it was all fine, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I took to it like a fish out of water instantly, like very quickly, became very good at it. In the beginning I had to spell out every word, and now I often know what the sentence is before they even start. So I've come a long way in less than 3 years with my pendulum, but it was an excellent tool for me to use to communicate with my angels. So that was a huge change for me. And then I started doing readings, and I did angel readings for people. And they did that for about a year, and then they abruptly stopped that. They're like, nope, that part of that phase of your development is over now. And I actually just kind of sat for months, like almost a year, with no guidance on what the next phase was going to be, other than them telling me that the next phase was going to be really joyful and I was going to enjoy it. And then just in July I started getting messages that I'm going to start doing videos and giving messages to Lightworkers. So that's where I am. So things have really taken a different direction for me if you look back 5 years and even a year. You know, I was doing personal readings and now I'm not doing that anymore. So you may experience a complete change, or just, you know, a little bit of a veer in your direction. Because this, I have to tell you, this is completely out of my comfort zone. I am the background person. I like to help people one-on-one and sort of in the background and not stand out and get a whole bunch of attention and be in the spotlight. So doing this is very outside of my comfort zone. But I also at the same time feel compelled to do it because this is my path and I feel it. I feel it in every cell of my body. So here I am. Step 3. You are becoming happier with yourself. You will notice that you are liking yourself more and more. Now I think this is just a byproduct of following our true path. So once we start to listen and follow our true path, our angels lead us with joy. That's how they lead us in the right direction, through joy. So if you're following a path of joy and you're treating your body better, you're feeding it light foods, light and clean foods, I mean, I think it's common sense that we're going to be happier in our lives and with ourselves. So it's kind of like a cycle, right? You treat yourself better, you get better guidance, and you follow the joy. And the more you follow the joy and get better guidance, the more you treat yourself better, and it just becomes this I like myself better cycle, which is really kind of cool. Step 4, form a friendship with your angels. Your angels will guide you through this process. Okay, so as I said in an earlier step, I have been communicating with my angels for about 3 years. And I absolutely cherish my relationship with my angels. They're always there for me, and I can go and talk to them at any time and hear what they have to say. They're always comforting and loving and just give me such messages of hope and love. It's been incredible these last 3 years. So you will find your own way to connect with your angels. And it may be through a pendulum and a mat like I had. It may be through another modem of communication, automatic writing, or some people do it through art. There's any number of creative ways that you can connect with your angels and that they'll talk to you, and some people are just developing a clear channel. So work on that and ask for guidance on how you can develop that relationship further with your own angels. Step 5, you will become a lot more sensitive to energy. This will mean that you may need to stay away from certain people or places. Now, feeling energy is not one of my strong points. However, I do get a sense of the energy from my emotions. So I know people who can feel energy and it's amazing. But I don't feel it that same way, but I certainly get a sense in my gut of when things feel right and when things feel wrong. So we're automatically going to start to gravitate towards people and places that make us feel good. And you may even find yourself backing away from friendships, or even your job. Places that you go to will no longer draw you, because you're going to be more and more drawn to places that make you feel good, the places that have a better vibration to match you. So just understand that that's happening, and let it unfold. Step 6. You will not be able to keep your newfound self from shining bright. You will literally begin to glow, and people will notice and find you attractive. So you may find that people begin to compliment you more often, or they invite you out. Your social calendar will fill up. In the last little while, I've actually had somebody say that I looked beautiful, which, to be honest, does not happen to me, other than maybe from my husband. And I had somebody else tell me that my energy was, that my energy felt really good. So, and those things, nobody's ever said that to me before. So that's definitely a sign of this, I would say. So you may start to hear things like that. Okay. It's starting to rain, so hopefully it holds off here, because I'm on step 7. You'll become a lot more loving. You will notice that you are more tolerant and loving towards everyone and everything. Okay, so my angels actually gave me a task a few days ago, and it was before this. Actually, it was more like a week ago. It was before all this happened. They asked me, because I was going out running errands, and they asked me to love everyone that I saw along the way. Not to send love, I've done that before, and that's different. They're saying not send love, actually love that person. So it was really interesting, because I thought it was going to be hard, but it was much easier than I thought. And I even got cut off in traffic, and instead of getting upset at this woman, I loved her, and I just saw her for the soul that she is, just trying to make her way in this world and figure things out. So I've never ever done that before, just gone about my day loving people. Like I said, sending love, yes, but not this angle. So you might want to try that and see if it changes over time. Try it every now and then and see if it gets easier. Step 8. You have a desire to help others open their hearts. Once your heart is open, you will find yourself wanting to help others do this as well. So my angels have shared this with me many times. This is the ripple effect of opening hearts. So there's going to be a first wave of people that open their hearts and accomplish this. And we will then in turn help other people through this process. And eventually, wave after wave of people are going to open their hearts until every incarnated soul on earth has an open heart. This process is going to take many, many decades. But the exciting thing is that it's beginning. It's beginning now. So, we're doing it. Okay, step 9. Miracles will begin to happen in your life. Once your heart is open, miracles of manifestation will appear in your life. I am so looking forward to this. I have noticed that manifestation has become a little bit easier in the last little while, and it's only going to get better and better from here. So we're going to be able to have amazing, blessed lives. And this is actually what's going to get the waves behind us to pay attention, because they're going to see us creating these incredible lives, and they're going to start to ask questions. So they're going to come up to you and go, well, how are you doing this? And then that's when you're able to explain to them how you're doing this. Because the path to an open heart is different for everybody. It's not like we have one path. Some people will get there in different ways. So the people that come to you and ask you, you give them your information of how you got there and help them, because you may have developed skills that will help them. Like I said, remembering our past lives and all that, you're going to have your own set of skills that are unique to you. So there are going to be a multitude of first wavers and second wavers and third wavers out there doing their own unique thing, and people will be drawn to you for those for that information, because they'll be following a path similar or need that information to help them along. Okay, and you will feel compelled to help people along this path, because you're going to have it so amazing, you're going to want everybody to have it that amazing. Okay. So that was 9. Now 10, the last step. Step 10. You will remember who you truly are. You will begin to remember all your past lives and even your time on this side of the veil. Now that's from the angels, so they're on that side of the veil. Yes, so this is a huge process, of course, and it's going to take some time. But we are going to spontaneously begin remembering our past lives and the talents that we had in those past lives to bring forward to this one. Some of you may do past life regression audio or videotapes online. So I have put one up. It's my YT9, video 9 on YouTube. It has a past life regression in it that you can go through and, get some insights into who you have been in past lives. Some of you may be drawn to actually go see somebody in person for a past life regression, for an Akashic record reading, for anything. Like, you may be drawn to go actually speak to a person in person and get information about who you truly are. So all of those different ways are going to help us. But like I said, spontaneous as well. So if you don't feel drawn to any of those, it will start happening to you spontaneously. Okay, so those are the 10 steps to opening our heart. So they're not all really steps. Some of them are just signs, things to watch out for, that your heart is opening and that you're on this path, and that's awesome. So I wish you guys all the luck in the world. I am going to type these up and put them at the end of the video. So there will be some screens at the end of the video that have this written, so you can actually take a screenshot and save it if you would like to look at the steps later. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by. Continue to do your thing out there. You guys are doing fabulous, and I'm excited to hear. So if you would like to share, feel free to use the comment section below and share bits and pieces of your journey as these things begin to happen to you, because that would be so exciting to be able to get that kind of feedback from people. All right, have a great day. Thank you so much for stopping by.